So Zach, again, we talked just the other day, super guy, man. It's just so neat to meet these. I don't know. I'm a huge, I know it's probably hard to tell, but I'm kind of into people just a little bit. This guy, Zach, is just an incredible guy. Excuse me. So hopefully you guys can see this, and hopefully online you guys can see this quick bio here. So Big Zach Thomas here. So I didn't even know this existed. He was the Eagle Scout of the nation. That is awesome. West Point guy as well, Airborne Ranger, infantry officer. Again, started multiple companies. He's been featured in Newsweek magazine and Good Morning America. Serves on the Board of Life Impact, a nonprofit ministry coaches Christian veteran entrepreneurs. How cool is that? And then again, he's been a Chick-fil-A owner operator for over a decade. And if I'm not mistaken, he's got over 90 employees, 92, something like that, 90 employees. And then he just wrote a book. I can't wait to read it. I haven't got it yet. It's called Leader Farming. So again, I'll hopefully be able to have him speak again in one of our leadership events. But again, amazing. They homeschool their kids. Actually, we use a homeschool program called Classical Conversations. And one of the reasons that we did that, honestly, is because we want to teach our girl entrepreneurship. Is actually one of the reasons why we chose to do that. Plus, biblical principles. But anyway, and he lives on a farm. He's got a farm. Just a great guy, man. Super guy. So excited for you guys to get a chance to hear from Big Zach here. So Zach, without further ado, brother, go ahead and rock it. I just unmuted.
Right. I'm unmuted. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. We got you.
All right. Well, great. Well, thanks again just for the opportunity to be a part of this. I feel grossly under, I guess you guys boosted me up a lot bigger than I'm used to being put up there. So I just kind of consider myself just a Chick-fil-A operator most of the time, and just do what I do for the glory of God, and he just continues to bless the things that I work on. So just talk a little bit about Chick-fil-A. I know a lot of people don't really understand the Chick-fil-A the way it works. Can you guys hear me? Is it?
There's one guy. I'm trying to find him. Okay, here we go. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I found him.
So a lot of people don't really understand how Chick-fil-A works. Our franchise model is not like a lot of other franchise models. It is truly just a cash flow opportunity. We don't own equity in the business. We don't own the building or the land, but it's purely a cash flow opportunity. We own all the liability, that's for sure. If somebody walks in, slips and falls and breaks their neck, and I'm responsible. But I don't own the business per se. I can't actually sell Chick-fil-A franchise later on down the road. So with that said, a lot of Chick-fil-A operators really kind of see themselves as glorified general managers with a lot of cash flow. The average Chick-fil-A operator makes about $350,000, $400,000 a year, which is great. But what they do is they I love that you use the cash flow quadrant. Most of them are self-employed business. They think about things that way. They really most of them think about things as like a glorified general manager, and so they're very much self-employed. If they're not totally hands-on all the time, then they're actually for the most part not making money. Well, for me, as I talk about in my book, Leader Farming, I believe my greatest asset is my people. So I want to build into my people and actually create opportunity for myself to do other things. I'm very vested in my business, no question about that. But as I grow my business and as I create cash flow, I create other opportunities for myself. And so I'll give you a couple examples, and I love, you highlight, I do have 6 children. We do homeschool. We just took, I haven't taken a year off yet, like Robert Kiyosaki says, but my goal is to take a month off every year and come back to my business and it be better than it was before I left. Just took 2 weeks off a couple weeks ago, went down to Disney, spent a lot of time with my family. And I love like driving down to Disney and just like turn the radio down and tell the kids like, hey guys, is daddy making money right now? And they're like, yeah, daddy's making money. And so just emphasize with my kids and my family that, you know, I'm making money while we're driving to Disney. And so, you know, that kind of thing is that mindset shift of figuring out ways to create cash flow and not actually having to be there all the time. And so when I talk about, you know, people are my greatest asset, you know, I think about the opportunities that I have, and really thinking outside the box. So from a real estate standpoint, you know, I am a landlord, but I've got a captive audience of 90 people. And so quite a few of my folks actually live in my own properties. And so if they don't pay their rent, guess what? I take it out of their check. So it's a way of actually getting some of that money to come back to me. You know, there are other things that I do just in terms of with my people. But again, with people being my best asset or greatest asset and investing in people, you know, we've actually created several other businesses. My team actually has a business. I don't know how many folks are familiar with this idea of Lean and Lean Six Sigma, but we created a company called Lean6Ninja.com and launched the company a couple weeks ago. And my team actually made $1,000 in their first week of creating some things that help Chick-fil-A's become efficient and lean. And so, you know, just teaching that to my team. And the reality is that, you know, I'm going to continue to pour into these people and continue to develop these people. And I've actually produced 3 other franchisees out of my restaurant in less than 8 years, and a 4th one that's about to be selected. But not all these folks that I'm developing will become Chick-fil-A franchisees because there's only so many opportunities. So my goal is to really help them become entrepreneurs in whatever business and whatever opportunity that they want. And so, you know, I kind of say I want to be their Truett. And so as I've created a lot of cash flow, I've got this money and I can actually invest in their businesses and create long-term cash flow. And I can be, you know, their equity partner to help them in whatever type of business, whether they want to open a flower shop or a bakery or whatever. You know, I've got this cash flow and I can be their key investor. And in turn, they turn back and just pay me over time. And so, you know, just thinking outside the box, because I've got all these people that I'm growing and developing all the time. And if I'm just letting them go, that's such a waste. And so thinking about it, like Robert Kiyosaki talks about, you know, I want to be a business owner. I want to be an investor, and I want to be able to free myself up to make money when I'm sleeping. And so one of the reasons why I wrote a book, obviously not making a ton of money. I think we have a best-selling author out there. I'm not a best-selling author, but you know, writing a book gives you a platform and an opportunity. It's like a really good business card. You hand somebody your business card and tell them what you do. That's one thing, but you hand somebody a book and you tell them what you do. It just gives you instant credibility. And as a result, I've gotten some great consulting jobs and some great coaching jobs as well.
That's awesome. Great job, Zach. Man, awesome.
Yeah, I think it's somewhat similar. I pretty much bit the bullet, burned the boats, whatever, and really had no other choice. I have to do this, and part of it too is I want to. You know, once you kind of drank the Kool-Aid, you don't want to go back, right? And so that's part of it. And then you know, I have 6 children, and somebody's got to pay for them to go. Yeah, in Budapest, they're like, wow. So yeah, I have 6 children, and you know, somebody's got to pay for those kids, you know, to eat and all that stuff. And I'm one of those folks. I don't want to say for them to go to college, because honestly, I don't really care if they go to college. Honestly, for the most part, it's kind of a waste of time. I want my kids to become entrepreneurs. So yeah, that's that. So, and nobody else is drinking and eating Chick-fil-A on a Sunday either. I am.